That's something else to look at when you're dealing with all these pedals. It's a little bit easier to access on the Zoom MS-60B. You can easily just, bam, go here, click once and adjust the mids, or you can click twice and adjust the mid frequency, the gain, the level, and then click again, and then you can adjust the ultra highs, the cab emulation, and the mix of the cab emulation and the preamp. Something you can't do on the Line 6 um, pedal. You can't mix how much of the cab emulation you want to use versus how much of the preamp. And I'll give you a quick example. Um, I'll turn on the MS-60B. I'll turn on this. Let's see, AG. So let's turn on the 410s with let's just use like 10% of it. Let's use 11%. Let's do something like that. 11%. Um, so this is the SVT on the MS-60B with the cab emulation, but it's only 11% of the mix. And I can adjust the mix. Let's say I wanted more, 40%, 40, 40% um, bass cabinet, and then 60% the SVT preamp. Not to mention, it's way easier to adjust the cabinets. Say I wanted a different cabinet, I can just turn the knob on there, audition it. That's a Bassman 412. I can do a Harkey 410. I can do a acoustic 118. And you don't really want these on when you're running to a a amp. You don't want it when you run into an actual real amp. If you're running to a system, say you have this as your signal path, or like kind of like your preamp going to the system, you would just set it up like this, but you wouldn't have it, and this is for all these pedals. The Line 6 Pod, Express Bass, the MS-60B, even the SGT you can set up like this. You want to split that. The reason why on the SGT, the IRs only come out of XLR. That's for a reason. Because that's the only one that usually goes to the house, and you don't need a DI box. You just plug in the XLR, run it to the PA system, and you good. It is a excuse me, it is a DI box. You know what I'm saying? So, um, yeah, these other ones, it's a little different. So, now let's hear a little bit of the Line 6 Pod Express with the actual cabinet. I mean, I think they're using IRs on here. They said they're using IRs, I believe. These might just be cab simulations. They sound like cab simulations to me, but y'all can tell me. So you gotta. This is the only thing. I hate this pedal's adjustability. The way you can have to adjust things. You gotta hold Alt, Tap, and then you can change the cabinet, and then you gotta put it to grit to match the cabinet. So here we go. So compare that to the MS-60B mixed with an 810 cabinet. That sounds great. I mean, that's why I was saying, guys. This Line 6 pedal, I don't know if it's holding up. This the original MS-60B, and it's still having a problem with the Line 6 pedal is still having a problem keeping up with that. And that's just with the amp models, and that's the best part of the Line 6 pedal. Once you throw on them IR cabinets, the cabinets, because you can't mix them on the Line 6 one, for me, it makes them unusable. I do not want just the sound from the cabinet. I need some of that preamp sound, for going to the house and recording purposes. And I can easily mix in some on the MS-60B. I can easily change the cabs. I can do all this with one hand. Literally, I can change everything with one hand. That's how easy things should be to use. You got to be able to use a pedal with one hand. You shouldn't have to use two hands to operate a pedal. And because you have to press Alt and this, only way you can do it with one hand is if you get this extra coordination going where you're pressing this and holding this, and nobody's really trying to do all that. So I'm gonna clear my preset on there. Not clear it. I'm gonna change it back to the original preset. You gotta press these two down to get to the presets. Then press them down again to get back to regular mode so you can edit things. So I'm gonna turn the mix back off. I'm gonna turn this cabinet back off on the MS-60B. And let's see. Now let's hear from the SGT-DI, and I have it with the SGT circuit on set to SVT. Again, the bass, all the EQ settings are set similar. That bass is set around 3 o'clock. The mids are set around around 11, 10:30. And typically, I have these mid frequencies set around 250. I usually set the mid frequencies around 250. I even set them at 250 or 500. Depending on which application I'm using, or what the mix is, at the time, I either cut my mids around 250 or 500, somewhere in that area. And if I'm going to boost my mids, it's going to be, 800 or up, you know what I'm saying, in the mid area if I'm going to boost them. So just a little tip there. All right, we on to the SVT. Here we go. This is just the preamp.